The freshly minted U.S. Open champ. He's Gary Woodland, and he joins us on the program. Gary, good morning. Congratulations. How does it feel?
Good morning. That sounds pretty good. I like that title.
The freshly minted U.S. Open champ?
That sounds pretty good.
If I would have told you at age 18, you're either going to play in the NBA or you're going to be a professional golfer, you're going to be on the PGA Tour, which one would you thought would have been more likely?
I thought the golf would have been more likely. What I wanted would have been the NBA.
When did you realize the NBA wasn't happening?
My first game in college, I was playing at University of Washburn. We were playing at University of Kansas. I realized really quickly I was matched up against Kirk Heinrich. I found out in my first college basketball game that I needed to find something else to do because this wasn't going to work out.
Who would you say that your game resembled who plays in the NBA?
Well, I would say, I want to say Steph Curry, but that's just because I wanted to shoot it all the time. I couldn't handle like him. I wasn't as quick as he was, but to myself, I had the ultimate green light.
Well, I'm looking at some of the highlights here. You hit a jumper against Kansas.
I did. I hit one. I was 1 for 7. I missed the first pitch, but I was going to keep shooting. They weren't going to stop me from that.
And it looked like you tried to take a charge. I think they called a block on you.
Yeah, horrible. That just get homered calls. They get all the calls at home. It's just I got homered.
But how important did you think you were going to play at Kansas growing up?
That was a dream. Growing up in Kansas, it's basketball. KU basketball is everything. So growing up, we had season tickets. I went to the games. Always dreamed of being there. Never dreamed about playing against them, but I always dreamed of playing for KU. And now I still go back. I get back as many times as I can. I'm a huge fan of them as now. But it was an honor to play in Allen Fieldhouse. I just wish I was playing for the other team.
I can't imagine how nervous you'd be. I think you were a Division II basketball team, and you go in to play against Kansas. And, Kansas, I think Roy Williams was the coach then. I mean, they were great.
They were number 1 in the country then. That was the year they ended up losing to Syracuse in the final. We were actually number 2 in Division II, so we thought we were pretty hot stuff. But we realized quickly, we ended up losing by 30, that it was a different level.
Paulie, did they cover the spread in that game?
Completely covered by like 6 points.
Okay, yeah, so you covered the spread there, Gary. When did it kind of sink in that, the magnitude of winning the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach?
I don't know if it truly has. When I woke up the next morning, the trophy was next to bed. I realized it was real. That it wasn't just a dream. But it hasn't really sank in yet. But it's starting to. It's starting to kind of come full circle.
Celebration. I know your parents were there. Obviously, that was emotional. Your wife couldn't be there, but how? Yeah,
we went straight to. Once we got done with media, we went over there to the famous tap room there at Pebble. There were Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas. There were some other guys there that we had some good times there. Kind of put a little maybe vodka in the cup and enjoyed it a little bit.
Wait, did everybody get the drink out of the U.S. Open? It's like the Stanley Cup. Everybody got the drink out of it?
Yeah, there's some superstitions in there. So Justin Thomas, he hasn't won it. He wouldn't touch it, but Spieth protect. He's been there. He's won it before, so he knew what he was doing.
And I'm watching, as you win and they show your parents off 18 and, mom's trying to hold it in and so is dad. But, given everything that your dad's been through health-wise, how did you keep it, or at least try to keep it together walking off that green?
Yeah, it was hard. I was looking for him. There was obviously a lot of people standing there. But, my dad had a heart attack my rookie year while I was playing at Pebble Beach. So for me to come back, a little almost over 10 years later, and to win at Pebble Beach, my first major, and have him there on Father's Day. I mean, you can't make that up.
And Father's Day, too. What a great Father's Day gift. But you could have won by more, so you don't put any more pressure on Dad's heart.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Okay, the one question that my guys wanted me to ask, who benches more, you or Koepka?
Well, I'd say he benches more. I hit it farther than he does, so it depends on what we're looking for.
Ooh. How important is that? Does anybody hit it further than you?
The Cameron Champ kid, the young kid down. Now I'm getting old. I'm up here now. I'm getting up in age. But when I came out, nobody did. But now I've been out here almost 11 years. So
what are you, 35?
35.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself old at 35 on tour?
I started hanging out with these younger guys that I feel old. I walk in the locker room and, I've been out. This is my 11th year. There's guys that, were still in diapers when I started coming out here. So it's impressive. The game's in a good spot. There's a lot of young guys, but it definitely feel like a veteran out there now.
Is it just is golf like baseball? I mean, you just hit it as far as you can, I know you got to be able to be good around the greens, have touch, and all those things. But is it a power man's game now?
It is, because I think even if you have length, even on a short golf course, you're still hitting shorter clubs. And if I don't have to hit driver, I'm hitting iron on short golf courses where guys do have the shorter hitters have to hit driver. So I think length's always going to be an advantage, no matter if the golf courses are long or short.
Your favorite shot during those 4 rounds was what?
My favorite one was the last one because it was over with. I didn't have to hit anymore. The one on 17 was special, off the green there, chipping, because there was a lot that could have gone wrong with that. That one, and then the other one, the second shot on 14 sticks out with out of bounds right. I know left wasn't good. I only had a 1-shot lead. That really kind of gave me a little cushion and separated me a little bit from Brooks.
What is the role of your caddy? Let's say those 5, the back 9 on Sunday. Does it change than what his role was other rounds?
Yeah, it does. I mean, he really was. He was in control. He was calm, which helped me stay calm as well. He'd been in the situation before. He was on the bag when Mike Weir won the Masters, so he'd been in a major championship. Mike was one of the top players in the world there for a long time, so he's been in that situation. He gave me the confidence there. I was actually considering, laying up there on 14, and he's the one that talked me into being aggressive, playing to win. And that's really what not only gave me confidence on that shot, but gave me confidence the last couple holes to finish. And
you were a little demonstrative there. It gave us a little tiger fist pump there at when you won it. Is that out of character?
It all came out. That's definitely out of character. I showed more emotion there than I ever do on a golf course. To be honest with you, I didn't know what to do anymore. There was no more shots left. I got more nervous doing all the media stuff afterwards than I ever was on the golf course. But it all came out there on 18.
So what happens now? Does life change? I know you got babies on the way in August?
Life's going to change from that standpoint. I got identical twin girls coming. My son turns 2 this week. I have 3 kids under the.
Oh my God!
At home, so life's going to be a little different there. But from golf, I still got a long ways to go. I still got a lot to do, a lot to prove. But it's definitely going to change at home with a lot of rugrats. I need to make more birdies.
Can you change diapers?
I have probably now. I'm not anywhere close to what my wife does, but I've changed a diaper if that counts.
I think your wife needs a caddy.
She does need a caddy.
I can't imagine all the emotion you had to feel there, Gary. And you're right, you let it out, but I just can't imagine. As I said, with your father, you lost one of your babies, 2 years ago, and here you are on Father's Day. I mean, it's commendable that you kept it together. I have no idea what was going on inside of you because, on the exterior, you're like, oh, he seems like he's programmed to do this.
I keep it bottled in pretty good. It like I said, it came out a little bit there on 18, but it puts life in perspective really quick. Everything we've dealt with, all the golf course, but it all leads to the moment that we were able to share on there on Sunday.
Good stuff. Hey, congrats, Gary. Hope there's many more for you, and more importantly, good luck in a couple of months here.
Thanks, brother. Good talking to you.
Thank you, Gary. That's Gary Woodland, U.S. Open champ. That's fun.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.